All right. Shalom, shalom. Coming to you in the name of Yahweh, Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, doing this truth, and salutations unto the Alchim that continue to push the word in truth and in sincerity. And shalom also to the brothers and sisters who are listening and learning. Just coming back at you with this quick one. It's going to be a quick one, man. I'm not going to stay on here too long. Lord's will, I'm just, run through this one real quick and make it a quick hit video. Okay. But the title of this one is Zeal Without Knowledge. Okay. Zeal without knowledge. And the bottom line, man, zeal without knowledge is very dangerous, man. Okay. Zeal without knowledge is very, very dangerous. And there's examples of that in the scriptures, and it didn't go well for them, but it's recorded there so that we can learn from it, so that we now know what to do, the correct thing to do. All right, but without further ado, let me get into it. I'm gonna share my screen, and hopefully, other one was the sound is a bit better today. I'm using the older laptop, but the older laptop has better sound than the newer laptops. Crazy. So hopefully it's working all right, man. Alright, cool. Jump straight into it. This is Leviticus, the 9th chapter. I'm going to start from verse 7, verse 16, and it says, "And he brought the burnt offering and offered it according to the manner. And he brought the meat offering and took an handful thereof and burnt it upon the altar beside the burnt sacrifice of the morning. And he slew also the bullock and the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings, which was for the people. And Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled upon the altar round about, and the fat of the bullock of the ram, the rump, and that which covereth the inward, and the kidneys and the caul above the liver. And they put the fat upon the breast, and he burnt the fat upon the altar, and the breast and the right shoulder, and waved for a wave offering before the Lord Yahweh, and as Moses commanded." And Aaron, and when you get into the wave offering, really foreseeing of Yahweh Shai, and it says, "And Aaron lifted up his hand toward the people and blessed them, and came down from offering of the sin offering and the burnt offering and peace offering. And Moses and Aaron went into the tabernacle of the congregation and came out and blessed the people, and pretty much because they were in the presence of the Lord, the Most High Yahweh. And pretty much the presence of the Lord was going to transfer from where Aaron and Moses were. to the outside so the Lord could show forth his presence before the people. Okay. Because there was a chariot there above the tabernacle. And Moses, as I read that again in verse 23, and Moses and Aaron went into the tabernacle of the congregation and came out and blessed the people, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh appeared unto all the people. And there came a fire from out from before the Lord and consumed up upon the altar the burnt offering and the fat which all the people saw, and which when all the people saw, they shouted and fell on their faces in fear and reverence for the Most High, because the Lord came down in a chariot, and it was actual fire that the chariot opened up, and fire came from the chariot and upon the altar, man. Okay, so it consumed the altar, all right, and the people saw the glory and the presence of Yahweh and fell on their faces, man. And that was us back there. Okay, that's just a bit of a backstory. Now this is the main point because it continues on to the 10th chapter. Like the dividing of scriptures in chapters and verses is just for reference point, but it's really just straight. So, anyways, in Leviticus 10 and 1, and it says, and Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer and put fire therein and put incense thereon and offered strange fire before the Lord Yahweh, which he commanded them not. Okay, and this is the point. Zeal without knowledge is what is dangerous, man. Because zeal without knowledge is going to lead you to do something that was not commanded. Okay, you know, and this teaches us to be temperate, to understand what first and foremost, to really understand what the hell we're doing. There's certain things that brothers get into, and when you really get into the scriptures and the law upon it, you're not even meant to do that because the Lord commanded to do one thing and then you go and do another, you know, like talking about the incense and the perfumes and the apocryphy, as it says in the law. There's certain oils that you shouldn't mix together to make perfume. Also, lucky, let me correct that, let me refine that. There's certain mixtures of oils that would make a perfume that only a priest could wear. That's actually in the law. And I ain't gonna show you, go and look it up. It speaks about the holy apocryphy and the holy mixture that was only for the priests. You know, there's certain stones that you shouldn't wear together, you know, because they're conflicting in their purpose, man. You know, you see stuff and it's like, oh, that looks cool, I want to get into it. You got to fully understand it. Like, not all brothers wear stones, but I wear stones. You know, I got, I've got the tiger stone, tiger eye. I've got the emerald, the jacinth stone. I've got a couple others as well. You know, but you could put the just as an example, you could put these on, and something goes massively wrong within your body, man. You know, or you might just disable yourself, man. You might not be able to move. You might stop breathing. You know, you could have a heart attack on the spot because these it's not for style, man. Now, yeah, they look good, you know, but it's not for style, man. It's very spiritual. So there's certain things you got to be careful, you know, and really go back to the command and the purpose of it. Because if you start doing any odd thing with it, that could put you on the left side, you know. You could be found wanting before you. How about Shamil Shah? You know, Like I remember there was one stone I was wearing, and it's not meant to be worn with tiger eye, man. And that shit was affecting my breathing. You know, I was getting anxiety. And when I prayed about it and I researched it, it's like, yeah, they're opposite energies, man. You know, and then you gotta get the stone that actually syncs up with your spirit, your energy, you know. I might do a video on the stones one day, man. You know, gemstones and stuff. Anyways, and it said, let me read 10 and 1 again. Leviticus 10 and 1. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer and put fire therein and put incense thereon and offered strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not. And they went out fire from the Lord and devoured them. Why? Because when you read in chapter 9, the chariot was already there. The chariot was already there. The presence of the Most High was above the people, and his presence went forth. Because, in fact, let me go back so you know that I'm not talking rubbish. The presence of the Most High was there. You know, you watch the biblical movies Esau puts out. Yeah, the children of Israel, and yeah, a fucking little Edomite white boy pretending to be the Most High, and all these, oh, I'll be with you. You know, Methuselah, they one about Noah. You know, Methuselah was, bring me some berries. I want some berries. The little boy brought him berries, and people fucking around with this with the scriptures, man. This was serious business, man. This is serious business, man. Okay. Now let me go to verse 24, back in chapter 9, verse 24. Bring me some berries. When the fuck did Methuselah say that? Bring me some berries. Esau, man. Yeah, you're a damn devil. Anyways, where is it, man? Is it not this verse? Ah, it's verse 23, Salakia. The word for glory there is kabod. Kabod, kabaad, kawaad, all right, kawaad, and it says what? Reverence, glorious abundance. So there was a overwhelming. The Lord like showed Himself in an overwhelming. He showed His presence in an overwhelming manner of honor, glory. Okay, glorious splendor. All right, you know. So of course that was an awe-striking event, man. You know, and straight after, because the chariot was over the tabernacle, and then Moses and Aaron came out, as we read, and the chariot moved to over the people, you know, because they were outside in the congregation. So if we go to chapter 10, and it says in verse 2, and there went out fire from the Lord and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. So the chariot opened up and zapped them, man, you know. Then Moses said unto Aaron, this is that the Lord spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified. And Aaron held his peace, because Aaron was, probably like hurt, sad, gutted, and a kind of pissed off, like, what we doing, Lord, man? You kill my sons, you know. But Moses had to remind him, hey, look, This is Yahweh we're talking about. He will be sanctified, and then that come nigh me. So to come near to the Lord, you gotta come correct. You can't just approach the Most High any old how and expect to be cool. All right, all right. Like in the world, they say you got me fucked up. Like the Most High will look at you like you approaching. You ain't talking to me like that, are you? And if you are, then that's you done. You know. Okay. This is. I could talk more, but I just want to get through these precepts. This is First Samuel 15 and 23. You got to read the scriptures, man. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. Now that's a specific situation. But the point here is what where it says rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. And if you do against what the Lord has said, you're a witch, you know. So when Nadab and Abihu offered strange fire, they rebelled against the command, did their own thing. They became witches in the presence of the Lord, and the Lord says, "Suffer not a witch to live." Okay, so there you go, man. You know, and there's some things you want to do, and it's like, well, I'm going about. Just do what the Lord says to do, man. Okay, you know, the Lord don't care if you hold doors open for old people or you say good morning. Look, man, if you transgress the law, right, there's gonna be for it to that's an imbalance. So for it to balance out, there has to be a payment, man. You know, another example, trying to do the right thing, but so what, man? You- Trying to do the right thing, if it's against the word of the Lord, it's against the word of the Lord, man. Because what you think will go wrong will actually be right according to the Lord, because His word is short. Second Samuel 6 and 3. And they set the ark of the Most High upon a new cart and brought it out of the house of Abinadab that was in Gibeah, and Uzzah and Ahio, the sons of Abinadab, drave the new cart, and they brought it out of the house of Abinadab, which was at Gibeah, accompanying the ark of the covenant of the Most High. And Ahio went before the ark, and David and all the house of Israel played before the Lord on all manner of instruments made of fir wood, even on harps, and on psalteries, and on timbrels, and on cornets, and on cymbals. And when they came to Nachon threshing floor, Uzzah put forth his hand to the ark of the Most High and took hold of it, for the oxen shook it, because the oxen were it was upon them, and when you get into the Lord, there's a certain way to transport the ark, a way to cover it up with a certain cloths and materials you've got to put over it, a certain manner on the procession when you're traveling, where the ark should be. Is very precise, man. You know, very precise. And the cattle the oxen were shaking, so it looked like the ark was gonna fall over. So the natural good thing to do is I'm gonna support it, but it's in the law that only certain men can handle it. So what the hell happened? The anger of the Lord was kindled against Uzzah, and God smote, and Most High smote him there for his error, and there he died by the ark. Serious business, man. Serious business, man. That's why it says zeal without knowledge, man. You can't just be zealous and doing stuff. We have to stick to the script, man. Because the Lord wants it done a certain way, so do it that particular way. With the truth, just keep it simple, man. According to what the Most High Okay, and Yahushua has commanded us, man. Because anything else out of that, that's out of the command of the Lord. And in both accounts, it said the anger of the Lord, man. We don't want the Lord to be angry with us. This is Romans 2 and 11. And it says, for there is no respect of persons with the Most High. Most High don't give a damn. If you're a top ranking man, low ranking man, trying to do good, best interest at heart, just follow the word of the Lord, because the Lord don't respect people, man. Okay, if you or I have found an error, we gonna pay, man. Okay, Romans 10 and 2, and it says, well, for I bear them record that they have a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge, man. It's good to have a zeal, but it has to be according to the knowledge of the Most High. Otherwise, we're gonna fall in error, you know, and we don't want that, man. But anyways, that was just two quick examples. Like I said, I want to keep it short, man. Just two quick examples, man. You know, but have a zeal for the Most High. Zeal without knowledge is dangerous, man. Okay, we have to go by the commands of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna give all praises to the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, Hashem Makakodash. Okay, and on to the next time, I say Shalom.